We're joined by the Power Panel now. We've got Kevin Walling, he's a former Biden campaign surrogate, and Rachel Campos-Duffy. She is, of course, a Fox and Friends weekend co-host. Her new Fox Nation series, Women of the White House, takes a look at our nation's most prominent first ladies. It is now available starting today. Congratulations, Rachel. Let's pick up on the story there. So we're talking about the city of Chicago, Rachel, but obviously this crisis is not limited to that city. 400 Americans shot over the past 72 hours nationwide, 150 of those people fatally.
Yeah, well, let's just look at Chicago. The mayor of Chicago has said that, there's several reasons why this is happening in her city. She says that one of them is that there's neighboring states like Wisconsin and Iowa and Indiana where criminals are going across because of the lax gun laws in those states, according to her, and bringing the guns to Chicago. And that's the reason why. But she can't explain why in those states they don't have the same crime that they have, that's terrorizing people in Chicago. She also said that it's racism, that she's being criticized for this because of racism and sexism. And I'm going to tell you, Gillian, what's racist and sexist is not, and particularly racist, is not providing black and brown people and poor people with the safety and security that they need to pursue their dreams, to go to work, to keep their children safe. These people are living in terror. And as Mike Tubin reported, there are lots of babies and children involved in these statistics, and they are heartbreaking.
Yeah. So, Kevin, the problem's also not just limited to civilians. Take a look at this. Over the last 72 hours, 7 police officers were hurt in the major cities. Another officer was then shot yesterday in Dallas in broad daylight while responding to a parking dispute. This is a real problem.
It's a huge problem, Gillian, and it's horrific. This is why I wrote a piece last week in The Hill saying we need to fund the police, not defund the police. The police need more resources. That's why I was applauding President Biden 2 weeks ago in the East Room with the Attorney General, putting more resources to community policing, putting more resources behind getting youth jobs, for example, for the summer when we know violence even spikes more, which is even horrifying to think about, that the crime rate is likely to go up as we move more into July and August, where they're tackling rogue gun dealers, where they're tackling ghost guns. We need to do more. The administration is going to be doing more. Democratic mayors need to certainly do much more on these city streets, because to Rachel's point, it is people are living in terror in these cities and communities. We saw 8 people shot in Fort Worth. It's all over the place, to your point, Gillian.
But Kevin, these are I would just like to say, these are direct results of policies. I believe there are 3 reasons why this is happening. One is that there are a lot of DAs that are funded by George Soros who are just letting criminals off. This is a policy that they have. They ran on it and they're doing it. 2, we have this defund the police and anti-police mentality. Again, Democrat activists led and implemented by mayors like Mayor Lightfoot. And the 3rd are other Democrat policies, social policies that are breaking down the family, and especially the black family, discouraging family formation. And of course, we know the damage that is being done by the unions, the powerful unions to which the Democrat Party is beholden to, that are relegating these children, or sentencing them really to really failed and even dangerous schools. So these are really the result of Democrat policies. And I think, Kevin, you're really well intentioned, but you really need to look at the policies in your party that are hurting the people that you purport to be wanting to help.
Kevin, real quick, I just want to follow up there. One of the problems here is this crime spike is coinciding with, or leading to, however you view this problem, this massive police recruitment and retention crisis. We're seeing 45% spike in retirements, early retirements. It seems like an intractable problem right now.
It really is, and that's why, to Rachel's point, we need more Democrats, and that's why I'm proud to be one of them, to say that we need to give policing the resources they need to combat this violence, to recruit really strong officers, not from out of jurisdictions, but empower them to join the force within their own community, so the force looks and acts like the community it's seeking to serve. Again, this is a serious problem, and we need Democrats and Republicans to come together to speak out about that. That's why I'm so passionate about this issue, because it is horrific.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we got to leave it there,
Yeah.
but thanks so much. I want to move on. I've got to leave it there on this topic. Don't leave me yet. So I want to make sure I get you in on this. Republican Senator Ted Cruz, you may have heard, hit back at Democratic Congresswoman Cori Bush. He says she attacked America's Independence Day on July 4th. Bush claimed on Twitter that the U.S. is, quote, stolen land, and that black Americans today in 2021 are not yet free. Cruz then tweeted back at her, quote, hateful, divisive lies. The left hates America. Rachel, to you first.
So these are lies. They're part of the whole idea of distorting our history. That's, again, a socialist plot to do that, to change and warp the intentions of our founders and our founding documents, which were to get us away from the tyranny from the British. And now they're trying to say, no, in 1619, this is also to, sustain slavery. That was not why the Revolutionary War was fought. This is a complete distortion of history and something they're trying to do. But it's also about power. Remember, if you can convince black people in America today are free. Our country is not systemically racist. And what they're trying to do, people like Cori Bush, Maxine Waters, and others who are saying this, is to say, you are a victim. The American dream is dead. You can't achieve it. It's rigged against you because of your race. And therefore, if the American dream is dead, you need us. You need us. You need the Democrat Party and all the handouts and all the things that we're going to do for you. This is about dividing America for power, and it's very dangerous. And I think a lot of people out there listening to your show right now, Gillian, are feeling the straining and this, this division that I think can ultimately ruin our country.
Thanks, politics. So, Kevin, real quick, Rachel mentioned, that Cori Bush is not the only congressperson of color that was tweeting about the 4th of July critically over the weekend. Congresswoman Maxine Waters wrote, July 4th, and so the Declaration of Independence says all men are created equal. Equal to what? What men? Only white men? Isn't it something that they wrote this in 1776 when African Americans were enslaved? They weren't thinking about us then, but we're thinking about us now. Quite a proclamation.
Yeah, Gillian, I'm reminded of the adage from Dr. Martin Luther King when he said, I criticize America because I love her. We have a storied 245-year history. To the Congresswoman's point, blacks in this country were counted as 3/5 of an American when the Constitution was written in Philadelphia. We are on a journey together. True. We have not reached that promised land that Dr. King talked about. But again, I think it's important. I have always said this is the greatest nation in the world. I love this country, and I want to see it better. And I think that's, to the points made by the Congresswoman, that's what they're trying to strive for in this country.
Greatest country
Kevin,
in the world.
So can I just say something,
ahead,
Gillian?
Yeah.
Really quick. The founding documents were used to free the slaves. They were actually used as a defense of our Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation.
The slaves were
yes, they
were. At the time
and it was
the Constitution was written in Philadelphia, Rachel.
But it was a white Republican president who freed the slaves.
Rachel.
I know they did, but it was used by Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln as a defense of freeing the slaves. And let me just say, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, and hundreds of thousands of white Americans fought and died to free the slaves. We ought to focus on that and all the progress we've made.
Not all of it.
That's right, of course. And what the Democrats are doing are trying to not focus on the progress and the goodness of America. This is divisive, and it is a power grab, and it is meant to change our country from a constitutional republic into a Marxist socialist place that is very foreign to the American ideals.
It is very clear from the passion on both sides. You both love America. Thanks for taking time for us today. We love talking to both of you. Come back soon.
Thanks, Gillian. Thanks, Rachel.
You bet.